능 시카 노코 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 거시탄탄 시카 노코 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 거시탄탄 시카 노코 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 거시탄탄 시카 노코 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 거시탄탄.
Well, welcome to Lotus. We are now at our new base area, and it looks awesome. I think it looks really cool. It's just our nice little deer club. We also have this huge land prepped for the big build that will be going here. That will be coming up very soon. But this whole land right here is our base area for the season, and we have a lot of room to work with. So if you guys have not already known, me and Chespy are basing together for the season, so this is going to be a joint effort of going and building this up. It's gonna be really cool and really fun, and I'm gonna like it. I think so, yeah. But hopefully by the intro, some of you might have recognized what we are parodying as of now, which is the anime My Dear Friend Nokotan. Because this is a special season and the first time I've ever based with Chespy, which is actually really surprising from how long I've known him, we wanted to do something extra special, and so we decided to go and make our base something that we both really like. Me and Chespy like watching anime. It's really cool, it's fun, it's silly stories and stuff like that. So My Dear Friend Nokotan is the first one because, man, we love our brain rot deer anime. So our plan for the season is to have a fully immersive land of just little anime references from shows that we like. So it's going to be really cool to go and try and identify all the references. And I can't wait for you guys to see what we have planned because we have a lot planned right now. Before we can build up more of this base, I really want to go and actually work on something that should have been done a long time ago, so we gotta do that. It's also a really weird camera angle. Really weird camera swap, perspective swap. Sorry about that. But before we can actually go and do this, there's something that I need to settle. And it's all the way back at Gurk. What? Oh. So we are back at Gurk at Noodles Don't Noodles. And we have this book waiting for us right here. So let's give this a read. Inca Collections, November 25th. Oh no, this is not good. Dear Mr. Man, this serves as a notification of the existence of a debt. The details can be found on the next page of this document. Oh my gosh. So I think I know what this is for. During Halloween, I built that really technical cooking game, and this is the payment that I forgot to pay. This is not gonna be good. Oh, why did I get so much? I should have just manually got it. I knew this was gonna come back to bite. The sum total of the items sold is 162 diamonds, plus a fee for bulk order and rushed shipping places the cost at an even 220 diamonds? Alan, we are so rigged. Should this debt not be satisfied, Inca Collections will be forced to take matters into our own hands. We hope this found you well. With regards, Inca Collections. So we are 220 diamonds in debt. Holy crap. 220 diamonds? Okay, this is not going to be an issue. I have a lot of diamonds. I have 2 diamonds? Where did all my diamonds go? Okay, well, if I don't have diamonds, then I guess we're gonna have to resort to something else to get these. This is the perfect opportunity to go and do what I've been wanting to do for a while now, which is our shop that will be going right here. I've been actually material collecting for this for a while, but I've just been putting it off. The holidays and stuff were just not allowing it, and I didn't want to do it. I'm going to be honest. I didn't want to do it. But it looks like now's finally time. Luckily, the hard part of getting this stuff is over. I have everything right back here for it. So we just got to move all this stuff over here. I just need to calm down and we'll be okay. Just need to put all this stuff right here. Everything will be good. Look at that. Right? Yeah. Just got to build it right here. And it's going to look awesome. Okay? Let's hope this turns out well. And let's get into a little time lapse. Here we go! The castle is done. At least the outside's done. The inside is a bit of a mess right now. We gotta deal with this. And that's actually the next thing that we'll work on. But I decided my shop for the season was going to go and be nether stuff. I have a gold farm, a bartering farm, and all that stuff, and, you know, I'm ready. I'm ready to go and sell some nether stuff. Selling a lot of nether stuff, actually. So I figured an evil-looking version of the Disneyland castle just fit me so well, at least with what I wanted to do. Because I'm sure a lot of you know, I love Disney. It's awesome. I think Disney parks are super fun. But yeah, it's the Disneyland castle because I didn't want it to be too big, and also, you know, it's from the Superior Park. If you say Disney World's better, you're just wrong. You know, it's okay to be wrong, but you know, it's okay. I just like the original. I think it's better. But the next thing that we need to do is actually go in here and figure out the inside. We have this whole interior and even room for another floor if we want to. And this isn't even all the space technically, because these towers we also have, as well as I believe back here we have... No, we don't. Never mind, don't listen to me. But we have a good amount of space in here to work with. I think this is going to be really cool, so we should just figure something out. I think the first thing that I definitely want to do is get a floor figured out, and I think I want like a grand entrance kind of rug type thing. Maybe not a rug, but a walkway. I think that's a good way of calling it. Just have a nice walkway. But I think I have a good amount of stuff to use to build the walkway, and I think if we go over here, I actually have a lot of that stuff. So I think I definitely want to do something with black glazed terracotta. I think that this is like just a beautiful block to use for it. And like we could get some really cool looking like curves and stuff too. I'm trying to think. Let's just see. Let's take this and see. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. Because this is something that's like, when you're really looking at it, it looks a little weird and stuff. But if we just continue this along and we do this, and then we even like, maybe not here, but here, like we leave a little gap because we do have this on an odd number. Of course, I'm just building this to get an example of it. But if we did something like this, I think this would look really cool. Like, look at that. I think that this is like, it really just feels like there's a nice walkway going out like that. But I think maybe doing something like a diamond pattern would be cool. So let's figure this out. I think one of the first things that we actually need to do is mine out a floor. Let's figure the walkway out first. So I'm just gonna mine this area for now, and then we'll figure out the other stuff. I think another issue that we're gonna have to go and figure out a solution to is the fact that there are 3 doorways right here, 3 archways, and only 1 there. So we're going to have to divert both of these and kind of narrow the path. I think I have an idea for how we could do that, but it's gonna be a little interesting, I think. It could look really bad by the time we're done with it, or really good, but I'm gonna bring you guys through the building process of this interior, since I kind of just did the exterior, just kind of in a creative world, just chilling, doing it. We cleared out way more than what we're actually going to use for the walkway. I just wanted to get that out of the way so we didn't really have to break a bunch of blocks while we're building. It's got a lot of grass. It's going to be useful. I need to keep that off to the side somewhere. I'll just toss it in there for now. Another thing that I've been debating is, we want this to look evil and stuff like that. Maybe a little evil. I think it's cool to envision this as if this was not the castle of Sleeping Beauty, but rather maybe Maleficent or another Disney villain. It's kind of like they took over, and this is theirs now. So we gotta make this place look evil and more villainous. Okay, so I think the other thing that I would like to do... Oh no, get in the water. Be free. Hey, you get in the water too. Don't... Why are they killing themselves? So I think like we could do something like this. The only thing... Okay, so this is the middle, right here. This is the middle block that we have to work with. So probably we want this to be like this, right? I think this is what we want. I actually am not too sure. And then like that, right? That looks like it could be interesting. Oh, this is gonna be difficult to figure out. How are we gonna do this? I think we're gonna need to sleep on this. Alright, slept on it. I think I have an idea on how we could make this a little better. I do think that we need to move this back though, because I think this line right here, right across, needs to be the point. Because we're having a drawbridge go across there. We don't have that built yet, but there will be a drawbridge. Well, maybe we do want to bring that out a little bit more then. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, let's do that. I think this is going to be better. Now, we could also just like do smaller things like this. I just don't know if I like that. Oh, I don't know. This is difficult. I just think that there's so many cool things that you can do with glazed terracotta. Like, I feel like it's so underrated. This is just weird because, like, if we want this to be symmetrical, like, if we want this to fit in, like, a tileable thing, if we want this to be a tile, like, this entire section, if we were to block it like this, we have this square piece of ground that could be replicated over and over again. That's the... we got an issue with that because it's... I don't know how we're gonna do this. Oh, wait, what do we got going on here? Whoa, what? This is kind of interesting. What do we have going on? This looks crazy. I kind of like this. It's just we need filler blocks now. Well, do we have anything that would be a good filler block over here? There's like netherrack. Can't do magma. Oh, that might be good. Maybe that? Do we have any... we don't have anything else. I'll take that just in case. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, that's not what I wanted. What about that? Okay, what about this? Like, does this look good? I don't know. I feel like something else could go here. We're missing something. Something clearly could go right here. Let's go take a look at the noodle shop, see what we got in there, because I feel like that might have something else too. I mean, there's redstone blocks. I don't really want to build out of that, though. Ooh. That would be kind of expensive, but that might be cool. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of stumped. I'm trying to think of, like, all the red blocks. I mean, we got mangrove. Mangrove might work. I'll give that a shot. Okay, no, I don't think mangrove is gonna work. I'm not a big fan of that. That? No, I don't think that will work either. Although, hold on. I do want to try that. Just to see. Oh, that's interesting. I actually think I like that. We'll get another one side by side in a second, but I just want to see. Oh, it's just so difficult. I just wish that this would connect. I mean, what do we like more? You see, I don't really want to, like, I know these are darker, typically. Or, like, the outside should be darker because it's, like, the mix of that, and then in here could be lighter. Like, I feel like that, you can get away with this. Although, that does kind of bring up a point of... maybe the issue is the middle is too bright, and so maybe toning it down by doing that instead. I think I like this. I think I do like that. I think that's what we want to do. Like, does this look cool? Did we do something? Did we cook? So then we need... let's just repeat this then, at least one more time. I also do think that we're going to need to hide lights in here, so we might need to swap out some of it with wool. Or carpet, maybe the corners. Corners might be good. The center could also be good. Maybe replacing it with red or something. Okay, I have an idea. I'm gonna come back to that in a little bit because I will remember it. I will not forget. I swear. But I think it'd look cool. I just want to complete this replication real quick before we mess around with anything, just to kind of lock this in. Do I like that better? Oh no, what do I like better? I think like this is cool, but if I did that, I'd want to kind of add something more to it. Like, it'd need to be like that. Oh, actually, mangrove actually does work pretty well, I think. We were just not utilizing the right side of it. I mean, I guess it's also possible that maybe the solution for this is literally just have something like this, which I actually think is kind of working. Okay, yeah, I actually do kind of like this just being dark in the middle. I think that that looks a lot cooler, just like... Let's go try my other idea, because that will get a little bit more detail, I think. So the other idea that I had is it requires iron, and it also requires some wood. Just any type of wood. And the smithing table has a really nice top to it, so I think we're going to use that as our floor, or at least part of it. I think that that would just, like, fit really well. It's just a matter of where now. Alright, so I think we have something good going on. We have something really good going on with this. But yeah, I think I really like this. I think it looks really cool. So here's what we have so far for a walkway. I think it'll be perfect, and then right around here is when we'll have it split off. So I'm going to take time to cook on that, and then I will return with the final product of the floor, and then we get to the fun decoration part, which is actually going to be pretty cool getting the shelves and stuff figured out. But yeah, yep. See you guys. Alright, so I did some work on the inside floor and stuff, and I got a pattern that I really do like for this. I think it's pretty nice. I decided to just move this all forward one block, so it works actually perfectly right here. And then we have these side areas to kind of direct you towards the middle, just in case you are walking through. Because there is a purpose of having this walkway back here, and that is we are going to be connecting it with Gurk, and finally getting Gurk connected to the shopping district, so that's going to be pretty cool that my shop is actually used for that. But the floor is obviously not the only thing I did. I went and got the ceiling done, as well as this beautiful chandelier. I really like this. I kind of just free float it, and you know, I actually like how it turned out. If we go over here, you can kind of see some of the similar concepts that I did when making it, mainly with those sides with the shelves and stuff like that, and you can see that I connected it with the hanging signs. I designed this one too, and I just really like the chandelier design of this. It's obviously not the same exact thing that I did in the other place, so look how cool that looks at night. That looks awesome. Also, another really cool thing that I actually do want to show off really quick is this is how I got a lot of the lighting done. I used cauldrons because they're transparent. If I do some free cam, go over here, you can see that there's actually frog lights on top of the cauldron, which means light can get through. So it's pretty cool. It's cool having the lighting like that. But now we need to go and get all the stock over in each of these little areas. Oh, hello. Our first customer just got murdered. I also did open up these little tower areas. I do think that this would be cool to have like some stock in there too. I think the first thing that I should do though is bring all the stock that we have over, and so then we can see actually everything that we have in one place. So let's go transport that real quick. So this is all of the stock that we have right now. We have a lot of different things and I organized them in category. So we're going to be selling magma blocks, netherrack, some blackstone, basalt, leather, gravel, obsidian, crying obsidian, quartz, both as just normal quartz and blocks, red nether brick, normal nether brick, fire charges, nether wart, gold blocks, soul sand, string, dried ghasts, and netherite, which is going to be a very difficult thing to stock, but luckily I went mining and I got a bunch. So this is everything as of now. There might be some more later on. I know I for sure would like to get actual just nether bricks, not as like the block form, but just like the ingredient. That shouldn't be too difficult because I have a bartering farm, and that's kind of how I was able to get a lot of those anyways. And same with the red nether brick. But this is everything, and I want all of these different things to just have their own decorated section instead of just having tables and putting them out with little signs saying this is this. I want in here to look really cool, and as it should, because this is a very grand shop. You know, it's pretty noticeable when flying around. Like if I were to just go up here and turn around, like it definitely draws your eyes towards it just because of how grand it is. So we gotta make in here look special, and I think having some stuff in the towers are gonna definitely help with that, maybe for some of the bigger stuff. And then I think for some of the ingredient things like string, we'll go fire charges, leather. I think for that stuff we can actually merge these together with their own thing and maybe have their own spot for that. Maybe netherwort might be able to go there too, though we could put netherwort with soul sand. Actually, I think that would be pretty cool. Quartz definitely needs its own place. I think quartz is one of the ones that we want to put in a tower. It's just a matter of which tower we want to put it in. If I were to think, maybe quartz should go over here, because I feel like more people would go to the right away. So right over here, maybe here. I think this actually might be a good little tower for it. So we could do quartz there, or we could do quartz on maybe one of these ones. I think quartz is a very light block, so it's probably for the best if we do keep it in one of these more enclosed towers, just because I do want to keep the darker, evil looking aesthetic, and I think just having white very noticeable in like maybe one of those corners, since it's more open, I think that might be a little distracting. By having it back here, I think this would actually be better because it is more enclosed and like there's blocked off walls. So if you were to walk in here and turn and look, you wouldn't necessarily see the white like you would with those. So I think this will be a quartz room. I think we definitely need to have one of the towers be a dried ghast area. I think that would just be so cool, maybe having a little habitat thing for it. This stuff, I think we could just put out wherever. Oh, hello. Nether brick is another one where maybe we could have like a little fortress on one of the sides. I think we'll do that over here, just to kind of draw your eyes over. Obsidian, we could put in a tower. Let's put it over here, I think. Let's put it over here, because I don't imagine a lot of people would be buying obsidian, but, you know, I believe it deserves its own little room. So we'll put soul sand and nether wart together. Let's put soul sand and nether wart here, then, because we could put all three of these things together since dried ghast do spawn in soul sand valleys. So that actually works out really well for us. And then basalt could go probably, let's see, so we have another fortress that we're gonna do there. Maybe we could do basalt like over here, have like another little part right here. Magma and netherrack. Where do we want to do that? Probably actually around the outside of the fortress one, which would be over here. Okay, blackstone is gonna go over here. Blackstone will be with the basalt delta stuff. Gold and netherite can go in the same thing. Gravel is another one that's kind of weird. So we'll just plan to have that there for now. And then back here we'll have our gold and netherite. I think we basically have every tower figured out then, right? I think this is right. Maybe we'll put this stuff over here. Yeah, we'll put this stuff over here. That'll be everything else. I think we have a pretty good idea of where we want everything to go now, so now it's just a matter of doing it. We do just have an unused tower there. Maybe we want to think of something for that. Maybe leaving this tower just like this actually might be a good thing, because we could also go and maybe add like an experience thing to it. Maybe even a mini little gambler thing, a coupon thing. I'll leave this open for now. We'll think of something and come back to it. But for now, we should get started with the decoration process of one of these sides. I think let's actually start with the quartz and work our way around like that. So quartz it is. Let's get this started. So I do actually have like quartz pillars and stuff like this. So let's do this. Just get a nice little design. This doesn't need to be too crazy, since this is just like quartz, little quartz room. As long as you can like walk in here and be like, oh yeah, this is where quartz is going to be sold. Then that's kind of that's the important thing. I think we're doing a pretty good job at that as of now. I like that it's kind of just in this corner. Like, let's get some of those. Yeah, that looks cool. Yeah, I actually think that I really like this little room. Gets the point across. This is where you get quartz. So let's just go in here. I'll make in here look a lot better eventually, but for now we're just gonna leave it like that. So we got the first little room done. Nothing crazy. It's just, you know, just a little quartz room. Sure, the other stuff will look a lot better than this, but we gotta start somewhere. So now we have this stuff, and this stuff is actually gonna be kind of boring. So I am just gonna leave this stuff here, and I will do that later. We now have a entire little nether fortress that we have to make. So we need to think about how we want to do this, because I think we're definitely gonna need to use some form of forced perspective to get this to work. Right? Like that? We're making it. We're doing it. Like, if you saw this, you would be able to tell. This is a mini fortress, right? I think you could. I think you could tell. That's a mini fortress. So this being the mini fortress, we're gonna go and break up some of this floor, because we gotta remember this is where we are doing netherrack and stuff too. So we want this to look like there is just a bunch of netherrack stuff going on. We do want some stuff like this. It's kind of like the little lava that we have. Yeah, I think this looks pretty good. Like, look at that. We have a perfect amount of room right here to go and actually add in our stuff for this. And actually, I have an idea. Yeah, I have an idea. Okay, so let's just actually get our stock in here right now. So we need to go like this. Oh, actually, I want to dye these. Okay, hold on. So we'll put that there. Diamond per stack, 2 diamonds per stack. Look at that. And it's actually perfect because it opens up and it's like, it's just right down there. So first thing has actually been done. We have that. I think the next thing that we'll actually do is going to be, we'll do the basalt delta really quick. So I do actually need to run it and get a little bit more materials for that, because I do have an idea to make that look really cool. So I'm going to do a little material run, and then we'll be back and we'll build that. We'll do the obsidian one, the gold one, and the general one off camera as well. And then we can do that and the happy guest one over here when I get back. So let's do a quick cut and everything will be done except for the last 2 things that we gotta do. So see you then. So here we go. We have more of the little zones done, and they're also just kind of basic. I do really like this one though. This one's kind of like a nether portal a little bit. It's kind of cool. Crying obsidian and obsidian in there, yeah. So now we have some other stuff to do. And also, I should probably notice, I just realized I forgot to bring it up. I had a glowstone. It was a pain to get all of this. I traded like maybe half of it with villagers and the rest I just manually got. I don't want to do that ever again, so we're doing 2 diamonds per stack. Which I feel like is actually a pretty fair price. If anything, yeah, I feel like 3 diamonds a stack is probably more accurate to what it should be, but I'll do 2 diamonds a stack. I don't know. I'm feeling generous. So now we have the basalt delta we have to do. I think the best way to do this would be we get some lava, perhaps. Well, actually, let's shape it out real quick. Let's shape it out. Let's get some basalt. Let's get some black stone. Okay, so I think we will go and just start building this out. Now, the one thing to keep in mind with the basalt deltas is that there's like these patches of black stone, and there's also these little pool areas that are filled with lava. So I want to make sure that I can actually get that. So right around here, we're going to break this up. This is what I think we should do. We get our lava, and we just kind of fill in these little gaps. And it might seem dangerous, and partially because, I mean, as of now, it is dangerous. But I actually do have a way to kind of safety-proof it. So there we go, we have our little basalt deltas. I think that looks really cool, actually. Yeah, it's nice. Like, I could tell that that's a little basalt deltas, and that's not just because I built it, I swear. So this is what I'm thinking we do. We maybe get some of that, maybe not that. Ooh, yeah, gray. Gray looks really good. So now from afar, like, you can't really tell that the glass is there. But when you get close and stuff, you can't actually walk in the lava, so it's safe. I mean, you can still lose stuff by dropping it, so you have to be careful with that. But in terms of, like, keeping you safe, it is effective, and I don't think mobs should be able to take damage too. Oh! This is why we do our little walk around. Almost missed a spot. But yeah, I think that this looks really cool. Moral of the story, if you want to have some lava in your base or something, just use some glass panes and do that. It actually is cool because it shapes it out more too. So like from afar, it looks like that is broken up into 2 pillars. Like gives it some extra depth. It looks cool. Yeah, I think that looks really cool. In fact, ooh, I just had an idea. We could add more shape to this. If I get one of these and I do that, we have mini blocks. Yeah, I think the mini blocks definitely helped it. That looks really cool. There we go. That looks cool. That looks really cool. I like that. So the mini basalt delta is done, which means we have the soul sand valley left to do, and we are also, I added soul soil to this. So first thing to do, obviously, let's build this up. Yeah, I think splitting it up like that is gonna be a really cool idea. So then we need, what if I like go one step further and do this? Would that be kind of weird? Is that weird? I don't know if that's, I don't know if I like that or not. I think I do. I think that looks cool, right? Yeah, I think I like that. That looks cool. Flying in here and seeing that looks really cool. Honestly, I might need to go and like copy that over somewhere. I don't know where. I don't know how. I actually think this is the only one I could possibly do that to. It just looks so cool. And we need to figure out our colors. So, light gray for dried guest, I think. We want red for the nether wart, and then we'll do brown for everything else. It's like a whole little microbiome thing in there. That looks cool. I think this is probably my favorite section, actually. Doing that as like the roof is such a good idea. Glad that I was able to come up with that. So now all that's left is this, and this is going to be the magic mirror. I thought it'd be funny to have a magic mirror here where you walk up to it and you say something like mirror mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all, you know, something like that, and then it actually go and say something to you. And we are going to be using the audio player thing that we have on here to get some custom audio. So I have 10 different music discs here that we are going to be changing, and we have all of this stuff too, but you'll throw a diamond to, and then it will go and tell you whatever the magic mirror thinks. So I think it'll be pretty funny. It's pretty simple redstone, so I'm gonna do that, and then we can ask it a question, but it should be pretty easy to do. So let's get this magic mirror. So we are now done, and we have all of these little floating happy guests around, and I think they look so funny. Now, it was pointed out to me that the writing on the side of them kind of looks like they've been carved into, but I swear that's netherwort, okay? It's drawn on netherwort, and they love it. You know what? They love it. Like, look at his face. He's the extra happy guest. He's extra happy. He's got a job. He's got a job to do, and he's doing it. But we now have the little drawbridge thing down here, so you can walk in here, and the shop is now officially open. I went and made a little post thing on the private Lotus Discord, so this is open. But I think we did a really good job, and there's a lot of open space, so if we ever want to expand and add something, we could. But I think leaving the space open is kind of nice, because if I need to go and restock, I can put a bunch of shulker boxes down here and transfer things. But as of now, I think that that's all done. So I know that the magic mirror has already been used a couple of times. So let's see how much. Eh?
Eh? Eh?
Eh?
Eh? Eh?
Eh?
Eh?
That is an absurd amount to be doing the magic mirror. Dude, you've like paid it off. Is that... How much was my debt? 220 diamonds. Okay. Let's think about this. So 2 stacks is 128. So that's... Okay, we definitely have way over that. What? Okay, let's merge the other diamonds with mine. What the heck? Jeez. So this is all that we need. That is so much. And that is what we have left. That magic mirror alone has paid for our debt. What the heck? Well, make sure that you go use the magic mirror, I guess, folks. Yeah. Build yourself a magic mirror if you want money. That is ridiculous. So our debt's been paid off, and we have 11 blocks. This shop is already successful. So now it's time for us to go and pay off my debt. So where is Inca? Okay, so he's at his base, which is that one. That one right there. I swear this base just gets bigger and bigger every time I come. Where is he at the base, though? Oh, Inca. So I am here because there's a bit of business from around October, and I'm here to finally close that business. I have your diamonds.
Oh.
220.
I should have been recording. This is fine.
Oh, oh, do you want to redo it?
No, it's fine. It's fine.
So our debt has been paid off, and we have a beautiful shop that should hopefully help us profit for the rest of the season. We got a lot done today, and we had a lot of fun. Next episode, we'll be doing more base work. So be on the lookout for the next episode, as well as some stream day stuff. I'm sure we're going to be doing another stream day coming soon, and we'll be doing some base work on that. That won't make it into the video. So once again, stay tuned, like and subscribe to see more, and check out some of my other videos. You know, if you're new to Lotus, go watch the other episodes, and yeah. I'll see you guys next time. See ya!